For me, it's the turntable. I'm able to scratch, and I try to mimic rappers, or I try to mimic saxophone players. For me, it's kind of like my voice.
What is that guy doing right there? A turntable is really a musical instrument. It manipulates any sound, any voice, anything, really, you know?
The most interesting, and most strange, and most futuristic of all the instruments, I think. You can take any sound, anything, and you can play with it with your hands.
I first started DJing in 1984, 85. I would use my dad's home stereo, play records, and and scratch with it. The funny thing was that the turntable platter was the size of a 45, so the 12-inch record would hang over it. And so you had to be really, really gentle and careful, and you had to hold the record like this. And so for the longest time, I would scratch kind of sideways like this. So I've always been fascinated with scratching, you know, from the start. I've known Shortcut and Qbert since the late 80s. The San Francisco Bay Area it was a small DJ community. Everybody knew everyone, and back then the only outlet to be heard was you had to enter DJ battles. And I actually battled Qbert, I think in '88, and I realized this guy was, you know, way above me, and it forced me to go back to the bedroom and have to, you know, relearn everything, because he was already doing everything that I thought I was good at, you know what I mean? So
I started when I was about 15 years old, just, you know, playing around. My friends would breakdance, and we collect a lot of breakdance records, and there was all these scratching sounds. And then my friends one day say, "Hey, look," and I was like, "Wow, let me try." It's like, "Wow, it's crazy." And then that's pretty much how I started. And then going to all these like neighborhood DJ battles, you know, maybe 2 people, 3 people in the room, 10 people, whatever. Then maybe high school battles. Losing all the competitions. I lost everything. I was like, ah. But every time I lost, I would learn something. And then it just kept growing and growing, and I just kept learning more about music, and I'm still learning.
Also, too, back then, you know, you would hear about other DJs, other kids, and there was this young high school kid that everyone was talking about, and everyone called him John John, and that was DJ Shortcut, and he was winning all the DJ battles, killing everybody, I remember.
I was watching a DJ named Grand Mixer DST. He was the DJ for Herbie Hancock, and they did a song called Rocket. And out of the whole band, he was the only DJ making the sound, the scratch sounds. Like, what is that? What is that? What is that guy doing right there? And ever since I heard that sound, I want to do that too. Qbert, Mixmaster Mike, and Apollo, and they were the original DJ band. One would grab the scratch, the lead noise, and the other one would grab the drums. And when they do that, it was like a band. You could actually do something together. We live very close to each other, so I'd always practice with him. And, you know, Qbert's like the mad scientist. He's like the genius who always makes the new scratches. So I had good practicing with him all the time.
For me, scratching and playing in a band is a reactionary type of music. You know, I listen to what Qbert's doing or what Shortcut's doing, and it gives me an idea on the spot. And all of a sudden, boom, I'm able to add compliment to what they're doing, finding drums, finding a bass line on the spot. You know, we approach it sort of like jazz.
It's fun. It's something that we always like, you know, like what can we come... You can, with turntables, you can make something out of nothing, you know what I mean? We can grab someone coughing, or we can grab someone laughing, and just put a beat behind that and make something like a whole new song out of that, but try to do it melodically through scratching.
I think it's very interesting as far as scratching music goes, and I love it. You know, it's very unique, and everything is scratched, and it's a band thing, and we do individual stuff too, but it's hard to have a band with one person, you know. So it's kind of interesting the more people in the group, it's more ideas. You know, with us 3, it's, you know, a good amount of people. And my best friends from when we started DJing a long time ago, so it's like their family. I guess the stars are aligned in the universe, and it's just that time, you know. It's
世界中のスクラッチはやっぱ彼らが作ってきたからで彼らを見て俺も勉強してきたし先生の先生の先生だから今はだからやっぱ興奮度合い自分の興奮をコントロールできるかもしれないけどでもほんと 4,5 年前の自分に一緒にこうスクラッチしてるところを見せたら多分気絶すると思う多分
We just did a 3-style in Azerbaijan, and Shintaro was there, and man, it's incredible how he rocks the crowd. So over here, it's more exciting, the 3-style, because it's not just like very nerdy with just scratching and stuff, but you have to like rock the party and you know, have a great selection, be original with more than one style.
I think Japanese DJs have always been in the forefront of setting trends. The skill level here is incredible, you know what I mean? They've always created stuff where like, wow, that's something new that I've never seen before. Shintaro, world champion a couple years ago, you know? So it's just that it's that tradition that's always coming over here, I think. It's always evolving and it's getting better every time. I think it's a great thing to have the Redbull 3-style World Finals here because it puts a lot of focus on the country, and it definitely shows the history and the love for DJing out here.
I think there's a lot of like hardcore fans that really, you know, dig what we do, but they're so smart over here. They're waiting for you to do something new, and they're like, oh, but if you don't do anything new, they know. They're smart over here. You can't, but in other places, if you do something like, wow, I never seen scratching before, but over here, they're smart. So it's a very intelligent crowd here.
Hey. Did it for me? Yes, I did. How's everything? Right. Yeah.
How much is he selling this? Yeah. 1 yen?
彼はその DMC のスタイルというかスクラッチをただ広めたではなくてヒップホップにつながる新しい形のビート作りっていうジャンルを彼は開発したと思いますね。
Everybody has a different superpower. I think everybody has a special gift and a special talent.
It was fun. I've seen him battle before, and I've seen him, you know, showcase before. But that was more of doing like a party rock set. So I never got to jam with him, you know, to scratch and cut it up. I was really surprised. I didn't know he was that fast, and you know he was dope. So I was pretty shocked.
Do your beatbox.
I feel like the DJ battle scene has kind of gone back to when we were battling in the 80s. The DJ has to be able to do everything. You know what I mean? Not just one thing and focus, but everything. Yeah. I think it makes sense. I mean, there's so many DJs here. The DJ culture here has always been huge, and the level of DJs is very high. The crowd understands it, and yeah, I think it's going to be incredible.
Why make an album now? Because we never made an album before. There's times that we had to break apart to, you know, kind of grow as individuals. And now that we're back together, we have a focus like, you know, why didn't we make an album a long time ago? This is our first album.
Yeah, it's time. It's, the stars are aligned in the universe, and it's just that time, and it just so happens that all three of us were ready. Perfect timing.
We all felt like it's time that we come together and put out a real album. We have all these ideas, and why not do it? Now is the time. Let's do this now, and let's make some history.
Something that's not there. Everything is scratched, and it's a band thing, and it's in our own flavor. A lot of DJ groups have their own style. I don't know, these guys are, geniuses, so it's nice to work with them. We're like scientists in the lab, like, look what I discovered, and the other guy, look what I discovered, and oh, look what I found, and we put it together, and we create something. I mean, the album has so many different types of music in it that's with scratching, but one of them is, punk rock. I've never heard a scratching punk rock song, so let's make one.
How do we expect the album to be? I have no idea. I say that with positivity, though. Yeah, there you go. I'm happy with whatever of the outcome so far. We've done a lot of tracks, and it sounds really good. I mean, just to hear it in a nice studio, really crisp. And I'll give a lot of the credit to definitely Qbert and D-Styles, especially D-Styles. He's been really at the forefront of producing this album. We've taken a lot of his lead.
For me, I'm more of a studio guy. I think I could be in the studio all day and create music. I'm just glad that I'm able to have songs in my head and ask Shortcut and Qbert to play parts of these songs and do them live. That's all. I think that's every musician's dream, to be able to have music and have these guys that you look up to perform them live. When we make music in the studio, we have to think of, we're going to perform these songs live, so we can't decorate the song too much. We have to make sort of like kits. I'm going to make a song, and I know Shortcut's going to be on drums, and I know that Q is going to be on the lead, and I'm going to have the bass line. And then you have to kind of plan, like, okay, and then it's going to switch, and I'm going to drum, and sort of plan these little kits out, because we all scratch, and we have to have everything laid out, perfectly. We kind of tried to go everywhere with it. Different moods, different planets. It's sort of a variety album. It's not just one type of mood. It's all kinds. that better or the first one's better?
First one.
First one's better.